So this basically happened recently. I was kind of a lead in hiring an intern for the company I work for, right? And what basically happened is this guy is kind of he has some front end skills, and he basically wanted to learn back end, right? So he was more like he's open to work for free, and if payment option is available, then he's open to do that too. So went through his CV, did an interview, um, got to understand his front end skills, and then what he's looking forward to, in learning back end technology. So I he came out all right. He came out all right, and we decided to hire this guy. And what happened later on kind of turned me off. So this is the whole story. So we picked him up, brought him in. He signed some NDAs and employment contracts. So we decided to give him some stipends on a probation period, right? So we're going to support him in internet and whatever it is, right? We're going to cover that cost. And then after 3 months, I think we agreed to start him on like somewhere around the north of 200, right? Yeah. So this guy came in, and pretty much during the interview, we made it clear like, okay, we are going to give you the opportunity to learn back end, which basically means we are going to be like more like his like we're going to more like teach him some of the backend stuff that he needs to learn by providing him, practical hands-on experience on some of the backend technologies that we're working on. So this guy came in, and then one of the criteria like we picked him was, okay, since he's an intern, we're going to shuffle him between supporting some of the front-end engineers and also learning the backend. That was our goal, right? So he came in, I basically assigned him to some tasks, which basically involved both front and back end. So it was a project that was done with Angular and Node.js. So he picked up this project just like the first 2 days, right? He worked on this project. I gave him, some basic tasks to like handle on that project. So he did that, and then the next thing he said was he wanted to have some private meeting with me and all of that. Gave him scheduled a meeting for us to discuss, and the next thing he was telling me was, I didn't come to your company to do front end. I came to learn back end. I was like, what? You came to learn back end, so you don't want to do anything on front end. Like, I don't know, you guys should also, like judge this, right? So I was like, we hired you as an intern, and basically what that means is that you are basically going to be thrown around, right, till you find your footings, right? Yeah, you made it clear that, okay, you wanted to learn back end, but we also need to get some job done, and we weighed the options, right, before we hired you. And the option was that, okay, you have some front-end experience, so you are going to help us. We are helping you gain relevant experience on back end, and you don't want to share your experience on front end with us. Like, that didn't just sit well with me. So he said he wanted to review the contract that he signed, blah blah blah. I said, well, I gave him some piece of advice that personally I don't see the reason why he's bringing up this now. Like, we've not even really tested your front end skills, like to like practical, like to see that you actually know this thing, right? And secondly, the back end technology, you're not an expert, and we agreed to pay you, right? we are learning. You are practically learning and getting paid at the same time, right? Even though, yeah, you're going to be contributing on the front end and all of that, which is part of the reason why we said, look, we're going to pay you, right? But basically, you have to run like a 2-3 months probation period, and then we'll see if we can really keep you, right? And then now you're saying that you just want to work on back end, you don't want to work. Like, who is going to be teaching you back end and at the same time paying you, right? You want to go to school and get paid for going to school, right? It doesn't work like that. You need to get things done. You need to contribute to the team. You need to be of value to the company, right? Before we start talking about anything. Nobody is against renegotiating your contract, right? But let's see your input to the team, right? If he had stayed like the 3 months and we see, oh, this guy is so good, even in the back end, he's picking up very fast, and then he comes back and say, the money you guys said you're going to pay me after the probation, I don't like it. I would like it to be this amount. At that point, we can basically say, okay, look, this guy is a great addition to the team. Let's consider that, right? We can pay that, right? But you've not even started. You've not even shown your prowess, and you are now saying you want to renegotiate, and you're now dictating what you will do and will not do. Like, that didn't sit well with me. I just told him, okay, I'm going to sit with the management and discuss this, and we'll see how we get on from there. I did that, and the management was like, no, fire him, right? So we got him basically out of the team immediately. So I don't know, that didn't sit well with me. I didn't see that as a good sign. I don't know what you guys think. Whatever you think, you can share on the comment section, and yeah, just get on from there.